and Lyndsay Rowley and Hal Gill with you. Hal, let's talk a little bit about Big Sexy. There's been different times throughout the season where Bruno has talked to us off camera, and he said, right now, I think Michael McCarron is playing the best hockey of his career, and sometimes it goes a little unnoticed.
You know what, and he's doing it.
Thanks, Willie. Ryan attacked the middle of the ice. Phil ends up getting on the board. Take me through what you saw that led up to that goal.
It was just kind of trying to read the pressure.
Back into this.
4 for 4 from the face-off circle. What are you focusing on yourself in order to gain possession?
It's tough. They got some strong guys in there, but
You mentioned 3 goals by the Columbus Blue Jackets. Any other adjustments that you didn't mention that you think need to happen to get back in this one?
yeah, we got to be smart.
Yeah, no kidding. And pivoting over to Kevin Fiala, former Predator. I remember when I was doing sidelines, his very first NHL interview I was doing, he was very self-conscious about his English. And I remember I did the interview and he was in his full gear. He stepped to the side of the camera. I remember I was tossing and kind of looking out of the corner of my eye, wondering what he was doing. And I got done, tossed up, and he looked at me and he said, "Lyndsay, was that bad?" And I said, "No, Kevin, you were great." Yeah. Obviously now his English is fantastic, and he's excelling in the NHL and for the Kings.
He's come a long way.
Welcome back. We're scoreless in LA. I'm on the bench with assistant coach Darby Hendrickson. Coach, your team leading in shots, unable to break through so far. Any adjustments you'd like to see that could lead to a goal?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'd start with our D zone. We've not given them a lot of shots, I think.
Advantage is huge.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get to your Mid-South. 4 dealers, key to the game.
Well, we are in the great state of Ohio, and so I wanted you to help me out with this one.
Okay.
You started off. What do you say in Ohio? Everyone does it.
OH.
Oh, no. I know. I'm supposed to say IO, but it's OH. Oh, no. We want to shut these guys down. Hey, sorry. Columbus is trying to get I'm sorry. I offended you.
I don't know
great
whether,
state.
Yeah, it's a great key, but I don't know whether I should punch you in the arm or, I don't really know how to handle that. All right.
Violence isn't the answer, Lindsay.
Hey, sometimes with you it is. Let's move forward. Bring in Willie Donick, who is down on the Nashville Predators bench. Willie, let's talk about the Blue Jackets. They came into this season, a lot of unknowns, one of those being a new head coach.
Yeah, and it's a familiar coach to Predator fans. If you can...
Welcome back. Preds leading the Sharks 1-0 in the second period. Recently, there's been lots of talk of the younger Preds stepping up. One of those guys is Luke Evangelista. Going back to the Boston game when Bruno decided to put him with Stamkos and O'Reilly, the 3 instantly had chemistry. This morning, I asked Bruno about Evangelista elevating his game recently, and he said it's definitely been noticeable. He feels like Vange has been skating harder, hunting down pucks, doing a better job closing. PK, we'll start with you. Welcome back to Smashville. I know you love coming back, but let's talk about Blue Line Buddies. You started them.
Well, let's talk about first me and Opposite Drake getting better looking as the years went on in those pictures.
I know.
Lindsay, you better say something about that.
That's right.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You look pretty good.
You do. I will say, you both look fantastic. But, hey, let's go back to the beginning. You started Blue Line Buddies as a player. For those who don't know what the program's all about, tell us.
Well, I can't take credit for it. I mean, this really is a community.
Guys, I know you're both very busy, so thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Hopefully you're a good luck charm for the Preds and they can get a win tonight. That would be nice, but thank you for joining us and all the work you do in the community here in Nashville.
Thank
we appreciate
you so much.
it.
Thank you.
Thanks for
right.
coming. Where's Hal Gill? Where's Harold Gill?
He's hiding. He's hiding.
We got to get him up here.
No, we don't let you guys on the desk together. Stay with us when we come back. We're going to take a closer look at Luke Evangelista. Bridgestone Arena for lots of reasons. Preds playing well, but also because trade deadline is over. Hal, it seems like yesterday was a very long day, but now that it's all said and done, what do you think of the moves that the Preds did make?
Yeah, I still get PTSD. I have a no-move clause now with FanDuel and the Preds, so I'm staying.
Okay.
But I still, it's a stressful time.
You mentioned Shem with 2 moves, but hey, he's going to be competing for a cup, so he's got to be pretty happy with the second move.
And I'm like, I want him to win, and I'm like, does that make me a Jets
I know,
fan?
I thought the same thing.
I threw up.
Then I go back to 4 Nations, and I was cheering for Hellebuck, so I'm kind of like, I've already done it once. So.
I know. I threw up in my mouth a little bit when I said that, but I was thinking it.
But we love Luke Shen, so we'll do it for Luke Shen.
So good luck to all those guys. They're great people and great parts of the community here in Nashville. So.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's go back to the Nashville Predators. So now the trade deadline is over. I talked to Bruno a little bit about this morning, and you go back to your playing days. It is now the time where you can just take a deep breath and just focus on the rest of the season and kind kind of just have fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
More guys get rewarded for it.
Yeah, you sort of touched on it there. Zach Lure recently lost his grandmother, who he was close with, and then his family comes to see him play in Philly. I'm sure he was feeling a little extra comfortable, a little extra jacked up having his parents there. I got to see him after he talked to his family after, and you could tell that really meant a lot to be able to see his family.
Yeah, I think that.